Hi, boys and girls. So we'll be looking at week 11, day 3 of language arts. Make sure you're on your LAL class pages. Make sure you're on June 1st through June 5th. We already did the day 1 and day 2 assignment. We're still talking about theme. We are still reading the story Why the Sky is Far Away. I highly suggest having your My Book in front of you to help you with this assignment. So assignment 3, click on it. As always, I kind of skip over all of this and I click on the attachments that you see below. Now, there are two attachments for this. So click on both of them, have them download, click on them, and open each in Word document so you can flip back and forth to see what it's all about. Okay. And then you're going to click on the other assignment. And let's read what the assignment entails. So this assignment also has to do with another story called Anansi's Bad Hair Day. So it says, read the following folktale, Anansi's Bad Hair Day. As you read, think about the topic and the theme of the story. Using the topic and theme chart, list the clues, the words, and the phrases that can help you identify the theme and topic of Anansi's Bad Hair Day. Now remember, topic and the theme are different. Topic is just one word answers and theme is extended. So if you want, you could go back to day 2 and watch the video on topic and theme just in case you need a reminder. So first we're going to start off by reading Anansi's Bad Hair Day. All right, that's the first step. So Anansi's Bad Hair Day by Dina McLean. Anansi the spider was once a very handsome fellow. He had a beautiful head of hair, thick, glossy hair. But he was very, very lazy. If it was up to him, he'd lounge around in his web all day while his wife worked picking corn. I'm tired of doing all the work around here, Anansi's wife said to him one day. Why don't you pick the corn for a change? Besides, I'm making bean stew. Anansi sniffed. The stew smelt divine. I can't work when I'm hungry, he sulked. Nevertheless, he grabbed his hat and started off. The path was hot and dusty. Only the thought of his wife's delicious bean stew kept him going. By the time he got to the field, though, all he could think about was the stew simmering in the pot. He turned and ran back home. Uh-oh. When do we eat? Anansi hollered as he came into the kitchen. When you finish picking the corn, Anansi's wife scowled. Anansi sighed. He returned to the field and he started working. But soon enough, the delicious smell of the stew drifted across the field. It was a smell that was impossible to ignore. He turned away and wrapped his handkerchief over his face. Nothing worked. Anansi felt faint. Just then, he spotted his wife across the field. She was carrying a bowl. At last, Anansi cried, sprinting across the field toward her. He grabbed the bowl and gulped from it greedily. Ick, Anansi cried, spitting it out. But this is just water. Where's the stew? Not ready yet. It will be done when you are, snapped Anansi's wife. Go back to work. I don't want to see you until supper time. As soon as the coast was clear, Anansi scurried back home. The kitchen was deserted, safe for the bean stew bubbling in the pot. Anansi cried. He grabbed a wooden spoon and started slurping hot soup. It was risky, but it was worth it. After a few slurps, Anansi decided that spoonsful weren't enough. He pulled off his hat and he filled it to the brim with steaming hot soup. Just then, his wife walked in. Anansi froze. Then, without thinking, he tugged the bean-filled hat onto his head. Anansi's wife looked at him suspiciously. Underneath Anansi's hat, the soup started to burn his head. He shook his hat a little, then shook it faster. It didn't help. His head was really burning now. Anansi jumped. He danced. He jiggled. "What in the world is wrong with you?" Anansi's wife said. "Why," Anansi cried, you don't know. It's hot shaking day." "Nope, never heard of it," she said. When Anansi couldn't stand it no longer, he ripped off his hat and said, "Ee-yow!" Anansi went hooting and hollering down the path. He was quite a sight. The stew had completely burned off his hair, and he was bald as a kernel of corn. Anansi's hair never grew back. That is why, till this day, he can be seen hiding out in tall grass where no one can see his big bald head. Wow, there's a really important lesson in this story. I don't want to give it away, but I think it's pretty clear. So before we talk about what the theme is, again, we go back to the assignment and it says, as you read, think about the topic of the story. Using the topic and theme chart, list clue words and phrases that can help you identify the theme. So, you're going to use the story. As you could see that there are page numbers. Well, you could assume that this is page 1, right? Page 1, page 2, page 3. When you scroll down, you'll see on the side right here, it will tell you what page it is. So you can go through each page. You might want to start on page 1, and you would write page 1. Look at page 1 and tell me, maybe you'll see some topics in here. I'll give you a clue though. The theme of the story won't be found until the very end. So if I were you, I would write all topics for this. So page 1, you're going to write a topic. And tell me clue words that lead to the topic. I would say very lazy. I would say lazy is a clue word, right? So you might want to write lazy as a clue word on page 1. I might say tired is a clue word. So you keep doing that. So then you go to page 2 and tell me some topics for page 2. Okay? Easily distracted, you use those. Page 3, page 4, and then you don't have to go in order. You could say, if you don't see anything in page 2, you might want to skip to page 4 or whatever. But say you want to do the last page, which I think you should, page 7. Page 7, I would say that is the theme. That's where you find the theme. And tell me what the theme of the story is. So again, you're going through different pages. You're telling me if it's topic, and then write the clue words. If it's theme, then you write the entire sentence out. The theme of this story is blah, 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 blah. So remember that you are trying to identify what the theme is based on the topic. Then when you completed the chart, it's going to ask you again, what is the topic of Anansi's Bad Hair Day? The topic of Anansi's Bad Hair Day is, and then you list the clue words. Then, what is the theme of Anansi's Bad Hair Day? The theme of Anansi's Bad Hair Day is, and tell me what the full sentence is for the theme. Okay, and that's it.